Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is the horoscope for Aries. If Aries is your solar, lunar, ascendant/rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. And so, Aries, tonight our card is the Five of Cups, which does have everything to do with disappointment. Okay, let's take a look and see what these tea leaves are going to say. And so if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming along. And it is free to subscribe. Also, if you want to hit the like button, that really helps the channel. And also, if you want to leave a comment, please do. I read them all. I love hearing from you. Okay. So I want to look at this one and this one and all three of them. So it looks like we have a person sitting here. You can see the head here. Here's the chair and their body and their foot right here. They're holding up, it looks like the Ace of Cups. Okay, the Ace of Cups. We have another person, it looks like maybe a child here walking. It looks like they're holding something, maybe like a fishing pole. We also have, it looks like a drop of water, maybe a tear, okay? Now, we also have a person sitting here, and it looks to me like their arm is raised. They're holding part of a key. Here's the end of the key. Here is the kind of loop on the other end of the key. And then there's the middle that is missing. Okay, so kind of a puzzle that has not been completed. And so I'm looking at this, and what comes to mind, right, is coming into a place in your life where you are really taking control of your ability to make money, your time, and really kind of like where you're putting your energies, okay? I think that you've gotten to this point where it's kind of like, I've worked in whatever industry for some time. I know that I have all these different skills. Maybe I'm not making enough money. Maybe the schedule doesn't work for me. Maybe it's like I just really am tired of having, part of, my time and money being taken by this company and, whatever it is. So I feel you really kind of starting to think about maybe starting your own business or going into business with somebody. Maybe getting into another job or career path where it's more self-led, okay? So I do see right over here, we have the person with the fishing pole. Now, the fishing pole to me indicates, looking for that financial stability, okay? The fish are symbolic of resources or money, okay? So you're looking for maybe bringing in more money, being more in control of your ability to make money. Now, over here with the person who's holding the cup, I feel like whatever it is that you go into, it's something that you love. Like, you're not just going to start a business that you think will be profitable, but it's something that you really don't even like doing, right? Because that is so much more work. You have to do something. I mean, you don't have to, but you should, if you have the privilege to anyways, to do something that maybe you have hopefully have a strong skill set in, but also that doesn't feel like agony all day long, okay? So I see you finding something within your life that you really do care about, something that you go and do, and it doesn't feel like you're working necessarily. You're doing something you love, and not only that, you're doing it for your own business, or at least a business where you have some feeling of equality, or the ability to kind of make your own decisions and so on, okay? Now over here, we have the person with the key. So I feel like, yeah, you start to really find your way through this, right? And start, yeah, probably saving some of that money. Having probably more of an income that allows you to do more of the things that you've been needing to do and the things that you really want to do with your life, okay? This is maybe the dream of most of us, right? I think that in the spiritual realms, right, or communities, I should say, there's often kind of this sentiment of, well, spirituality should not cross over with making money, right? Or, if you do, right, it's a careful dance. But I think for you, it's like this opportunity, this like divine blessed path has shown itself to you, right? And you are equally as responsible for being able to find this path, to conceive of this path. And I feel like you're really in a place in your life where things have aligned in such a way that, yeah, you want to live to your best ability, right? You want to have a life that you can be proud of, that when your last moment comes, you can look back and think, I did not waste so many hours of my being, I was doing what I wanted to do. And it doesn't matter if you're beginning this when you're 15 years old, or if you're beginning this when you're 70, 80 years old, okay? It's never too late for following your intuition, following your heart, okay? But I know it can be very scary because, let's face it, you're going out into the unknown. So I want to look at this thing down here. We have this face I've been staring at. We have eyes, we have the nose, we have the mouth down here. Kind of looks like an animal. Kind of looks like a masculine humanoid figure. And it feels like, I almost feel like this is somebody who has been pursuing you, or maybe you have pursued them, but I don't know that you really, perceive, and I'm just going to say, like, how dangerous this person can be. I don't know what it is about them. And now I don't know that it's like anything criminal or anything like that. But it almost feels like this is like the ultimate temptation. Like you could easily lose yourself with this person. And I feel like it's almost kind of, there's almost kind of a feeling of being repelled because you are so drawn to them. And you know. like, this might not be, this might not be it. This might be, you know, kind of a dangerous choice here, right? So if you know who I'm talking about, I just want to tell you, right? Just think it over. Think it over. Now, I know you're a very independent person. You're an Aries after all. So, you know, it's not like you're counting on somebody. I don't feel like there's a dependence on this person. But I do think that, you know, just sometimes, right, you just get certain kinds of people, and when they cross paths, when they get together, it just, on paper, looks like it would be pretty good, right? But there's just something in the chemistry that ends up being very volatile. And I think that's kind of, you know, I almost feel like this person could be kind of possessive, maybe. And that's not something you're going to put up with at all. So now we have a goose over here. Okay, we have a goose. Well, now it also looks like a monkey face. If you see it like this, it looks like a goose, but it also looks like it has a mean monkey face right in here. So I almost kind of feel like there's maybe, this is a kind of strange one, almost like maybe your oldest daughter, if you have a daughter or kids at all, or maybe like the youngest sibling, your youngest sister. Younger though. They're younger than you, but it's like they think that they have to mom everybody, right? You know, like you have a 25-year-old daughter who thinks that she has to like tell you how to, I don't know, cut the bread the right way or something, you know. This is how we put on toilet paper, mom, onto the roll, onto the little thing, you know, and like show you how, like, okay. But I think that I feel like this is endearing, but it's also kind of like that, like, okay. It can get like, test your nerves a little bit. And I almost like wonder, like with the mom energy, momming energy is the goose. The monkey though is the youth, is like the emotional dysregulation at times. And I think that's kind of, they can get very intense, right? Especially with you, because the boundaries are different with mom than they are with, like, you know, their friends at college or whatever. Like, you're their safe person, so they're gonna act, you know, like a little monkey sometimes, a little wild, a little all over the place. But I think that ultimately there's a pretty good relationship there. Now we also have the elephant with its trunk up, right? And on its back, you can see there is a tree right here. And then we have a person sitting here reading, okay? Kind of a beautiful and idyllic looking formation. So the elephant with the trunk upwards is a sign of good health, happiness, longevity, kind of all those, you know, good things we like in a symbol. The tree on the back is a rooted life, right? Grounded. But somebody's sitting beneath it, almost in a meditative state. And while either writing or reading, I do feel like this is almost kind of indicates to me that you are in a spiritual place, like really working at some of these core concepts of life, but kind of more in a scholarly way. Like, I feel like you're doing research, you're reading books, you maybe are writing your own musing about these things, taking notes, but I feel like you're really in this place of study, okay? And I feel like it really feels like a natural place to be. And I feel like when you're taking in information and you're really kind of filling yourself up with all of these ideas and these concepts and you know, kind of transporting you to different worlds and realms and philosophies, it feels like you are alive. This is what you love about life. And so I see this as a very, very zen place to be, okay? Now, I want to take a look over here. Then I want to ask the oracle cards kind of what's going on in this next week or so. Okay, so I feel like we're having some dreams. Maybe even dreams of flying. I feel like it feels like you've had some disrupted sleep, tossing and turning and feeling kind of hot at night. Almost like you almost are like, do I have a fever right now? You're waking up kind of warm. You're traveling a lot in your dreams. There's a lot of travel happening. Kind of feeling like a little bit of, it's not distress, but it's like you're unanchored, kind of feeling like you're wandering, right? Trying to figure out which direction to go in. Okay. So I feel like in this next period of time here, we're going to have maybe some really kind of deep revelations. I think that this is like you're preparing for this kind of awakening that you have been going through, like a really potent period of time. So let's take a look at the Oracle of the Radiant Sun. We're going to ask in the next couple of weeks, from whenever you watch this reading in the next week to 2 weeks after, what is that going to be like? Okay. So I'm going to flip through. We're going to do about 3 or 6 cards, depending. Okay. So resourcefulness, drama, defense, innovation, restlessness, originality. Okay. So I feel like I like to match these kind of with the vibes that we're feeling here. Now we have, I'm going to put together resourcefulness, restlessness, drama, defense, and then innovation and originality. Okay. So I feel like in some of the changes that you're making, there might be kind of really like a back and forth about, is this the right thing? Is this not the right thing? Am I doing this for everybody or for myself? Is that selfish? Does this feel right for everybody, or does it feel right just for me? Just kind of this like so much, right? And a sense of guilt, I think it's, maybe for the first time in a long time are thinking about like your future, right? What you need. And although you're still obviously always going to be a part of your family and likely going to be the head of the family at some point, you still have to kind of at least go through periods of time where you are focused on you and kind of evolving aspects of yourself. And so I feel like you're kind of in a struggle right now in allowing yourself to do that. Now, everybody else around you would tell you, yeah, go ahead, do it. Absolutely, that sounds awesome. But for you, it's like, well, then I'll be taking away from this time, or maybe I'm going to have to put some resources into this thing, and, and you feel guilty about it. But you shouldn't. You shouldn't. So I do feel you kind of figuring, you're an Aries, you figure it out. You're going to always figure out how to get it done. So the resourcefulness and the restlessness, right? This is really like, get it, like it just comes to you and you're just on it. You're on the ball. You're getting it done. You're getting it done. So I really do. I think that as you kind of just like push through those anxieties, those blockages, getting into that place of like prime creativity, innovation, originality, doing something different, right? And that's what sets you aside from everybody else, is your ability to work harder, to do a better job. You are talented, you are clever, you are, just absolutely what people aspire to be, right? And this is going to be the time where you can really put that on display. Okay, and I feel like that's kind of the energy here. So I love the confidence. I love the kind of just go get it attitude. I always love being around people like that because it rubs off on me. Because I'm not that usually. I'll like begrudgingly get things done. And I will complain a little bit about it. But it will get done. But I'd love to be somebody who's just like, yeah, let's get it. Let's do this thing. All right, these are our lucky numbers for the day. We have 47, 47, 39, number 39. Oh, that one went the other way. 31, 31. Okay, 47, 39, 31. All right, perfect. And we're going to close the reading out by using our inner child oracle cards. And I just like to use like affirmation cards or oracle cards at the end here because they kind of punctuate the whole reading. Okay, so I'm going to flip through. I'm going to stop where it feels right. And we have number 8. Choose yourself today. Choose yourself today. Do not deny your importance. And this does punctuate the reading because that's exactly what we've been talking about. Exactly. So, Aries, I want to tell you I love you because I do, and I thank you so much for spending this time with me. It is always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. And if you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel. And if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It is free to subscribe. Also, if you want to leave a comment, do it. I read them all. I love hearing from everybody. I feel like I repeated that part. I don't know. I do the outro so many times. I'm like, did I just say that? I don't know. Sometimes I'm sure that I've repeated the same portion more than once. But yeah, I do read them all, and I used to be able to get back to every single comment. Now I try to do as many as I can every day. But I do read them all. Absolutely. So I love you. Take care of yourself. We're going to talk in a few days. Good night. Good night. Good night.